We talk about the House of Commons as the mother of parliaments, and of course in a sense it's true, but you mustn't confuse parliament with democracy, because the principle of a democracy is the sovereignty of the people. It's the people who are sovereign, and they lend their powers to members of parliament to use for 5 years. But of course, until quite recently, not everybody had the vote. Indeed, it was in 1948, only 2 years before I was elected, that we got the principle of one man, one woman, one vote. When I look back on democracy, it seems to me to be a very revolutionary idea, because before there was any democracy, all power was in the hands of rich and powerful people, and everybody else were just slaves. And then when democracy came in, people who didn't have money could use the vote to buy with their vote what they couldn't afford with their wallet. And it transferred power from the marketplace to the polling station. And that gave us the National Health Service, which was the most socialist thing we ever did. And the thing about it was that it was accountable to those whom it served.
It's about whether our society puts people in a place of dignity and serves them, or whether you just hand over your money to gamblers who don't create any wealth at all.
Keir Hardie said at the beginning of the last century, he said, we've won political democracy, now economic democracy is what matters. And that makes an awful lot of sense to me, because people are still subject really to market forces, and market forces have no human element, because market forces are controlled by people who are not accountable to those they control. And that, I think, is the next stage forward. As I've got older, I realised that Parliament can become a club. You're a member of a club, but actually you are there to represent people. It's not just a cosy little place where you just meet and govern the country. It's a place where real issues are decided, and you have to put forward your arguments with passion and vote according to your conscience. And so I did vote quite a number of occasions against the Labour Party, including Labour governments. And I did so because I felt very strongly that was the right thing to do. Well, I'm a socialist, and if you support working people, you do get attacked. And they presented you as if you were a sort of, not quite a terrorist, but an enemy of society. My dad said when I was young, always say what you mean and mean what you say. And that, as a principle, is very straightforward. If you have an opinion, you must express it, and then you take the flak that goes with it. And it's sometimes very severe criticism and destruction and misrepresentation, but if that's your view, you have to say it. And I think that was the only principle that could have possibly carried us through that period.